just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot. Stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show. She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin Angel.
Crash out incoming. 3, 2, 1. Burn! Hey, nice pass right there. Jackass! Burn! We're bumbling, we're stumbling, and we're fumbling! Burn! Y'all see what they've been doing over there at Cracker Barrel, man? It's a travesty! But it looks like they added one new item. It's French toast. Butter pecan! Burn! Angel Reese! Angel Reese!
2 minutes ago, panic erupted at Reebok headquarters as executives scrambled to salvage what industry insiders are calling the most catastrophic sneaker endorsement in modern sports history. The numbers just came in, and they're absolutely devastating. Angel Reese's signature shoe launch has officially flatlined, sending shockwaves through the company that bet their entire basketball comeback on one player. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. This disaster was entirely predictable, and we have the receipts to prove it. Picture this. It's a Tuesday morning in Massachusetts, and Reebok's boardroom is in complete chaos. Coffee spills across financial reports showing pre-order numbers that would make grown executives weep. The woman they handpicked to resurrect their basketball division has instead delivered the most expensive marketing nightmare since New Coke. And the most brutal part? Every single warning sign was flashing red from day one. Let's rewind to where this train wreck began. Shaquille O'Neal, the legendary big man who once dominated both courts and business deals, walked into Reebok with a vision. The company was drowning in irrelevance, watching helplessly as Nike and Adidas carved up the basketball market.
Laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves. Like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me
Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They needed a savior, a face that could bring back the glory days when Allen Iverson's crossover was selling shoes faster than they could manufacture them. Enter Angel Reese, the player Shaq believed could single-handedly revive a dying brand. But here's where the story takes its first dark turn. While Reebok executives were mesmerized by social media followers and viral moments, they apparently forgot to scout the one thing that actually matters in basketball. Can she play? The answer, as we're about to discover, is more complicated than anyone wanted to admit. Angel Reese stands 6'3", a physical specimen who should dominate the paint like a human wrecking ball.
No one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of like fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just...
Instead, she's shooting a mind-numbing 31.5% on layups. Let that sink in for a moment. We're talking about the easiest shot in basketball, attempts from practically underneath the basket, and she's missing more than 2 out of every 3 tries. Middle school coaches bench players for less. But somehow, this became the foundation of a multi-million-dollar endorsement empire. The numbers paint an even grimmer picture when you dig deeper. Despite ranking 3rd in total layup attempts across the entire WNBA, Reese's conversion rate...
And got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, KC, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't
suggests she's playing basketball with her eyes closed. Professional players are expected to convert 70 to 80% of their paint attempts. Reese has turned what coaches call the money area into a casino where the house always wins, and she's not the house. But wait, it gets worse. Remember, this isn't just about statistics on a spreadsheet. We're talking about real games with real consequences and real people watching. Professional broadcasters trained to find the positive angle in every play, have started laughing on live television. Not the friendly, she'll bounce back kind of laugh, but the stunned, did that really just happen kind of disbelief that makes viewers reach for their remote.
Dude on the internet who cracks me up, or on TikTok, he's put together a load of Angel Reese clips, and it'll say Angel Reese part 36. And it goes, Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses. Bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on.
One particular game against the New York Liberty became an instant classic for all the wrong reasons. For straight, missed putbacks in 12 seconds. 4. Let me paint you a picture of what this looked like. Reese grabs a rebound, goes back up, misses. Gets her own rebound again, goes up again, misses. The ball bounces right back to her. Third attempt, third miss. By the fourth attempt, the crowd isn't cheering anymore. They're holding their breath like they're watching a car accident in slow motion. 2 of those shots got blocked and came flying back into her face like basketball was personally offended by her presence. The clip went viral instantly, but not the kind of viral that sells sneakers.
Was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlyn Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
Also into this, Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
This was the kind that ends up on YouTube compilations with circus music and clown horns. While Caitlyn Clark was pulling up from the logo and getting compared to Stephen Curry, Reese was starring in videos titled, When Basketball Isn't Your Calling. The contrast couldn't be more brutal if it was scripted. Social media exploded into a feeding frenzy. Entire TikTok accounts dedicated themselves to nothing but Angel.
Happened to Miss Angel Reese. She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign come to your
blooper reels, racking up millions of views from people who couldn't look away from the train wreck. These weren't basketball highlights anymore. They were meme content with professional production value. And somewhere in a Reebok marketing meeting, executives were realizing their investment was becoming the internet's favorite punchline. But here's where the story takes an even darker turn. The Chicago Sky, Angel Reese's team, was supposed to be her launching pad to greatness. Instead, they became the perfect stage to showcase every single one of her weaknesses. The team finished with a brutal 7-22 record, riding an 8-game losing streak straight into playoff elimination. They were so bad with her that fans started joking about addition by subtraction. Then came the injury that nobody wanted, but I
actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlyn Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlyn Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
But she's better at everything. And she had a triple-double. She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Yeah.
Everybody secretly welcomed. When Reese went down with a back injury, missing 5 games, something fascinating happened. The Chicago Sky still couldn't win, but they looked functional. The offense had a pulse. Possessions didn't end with contested bricks from 2 feet away. For the first time all season, Chicago resembled a professional basketball team instead of a traveling comedy show. The timing couldn't have been more perfectly disastrous for Reebok. They had scheduled a massive marketing push around a head-to-head showdown between Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark. Ticket prices were climbing, media coverage was building, and then nothing. Reese couldn't play, and suddenly those $100 tickets were selling for $5 on the secondary market. The message was crystal clear. Nobody was coming to watch Angel Reese play basketball. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark continued her assault on the record books, putting up logo threes and selling out arenas from coast to coast. The rookie was single-handedly elevating the entire WNBA, bringing in new fans and sponsors at a pace nobody had seen before. She was everything Reebok thought they were getting with Angel Reese, except Clark actually had the game to back up the hype. This is where Reebok's fundamental misunderstanding of their own product becomes tragic. Basketball sneakers aren't just fashion statements, they're promises. When kids lace up Jordans, they're buying into the dream of defying gravity. When they put on LeBrons, they're channeling 4 championships and 2 decades of dominance. But what dream were they supposed to buy into with Angel Reese's signature shoe? The hope that maybe, just maybe, the ball would go in this time? The marketing team faced an impossible task. How do you sell performance sneakers tied to a player whose performance was becoming a viral laughingstock? You can't put a slogan on the box that says guaranteed to miss like Reese. That's not motivation. That's a warning label. Industry insiders began whispering about emergency meetings and damage control strategies. Some claimed Reebok was quietly trying to rebrand the shoe as lifestyle footwear instead of performance gear. Translation: we never meant for these to touch a basketball court anyway. Others suggested delaying the launch, praying that Reese would magically transform into a competent player overnight. But here's the nuclear option nobody wanted to discuss publicly. Kill the entire project and hope the internet forgets. Except the internet never forgets. Every missed layup, every block shot by smaller players, every meme is permanently archived in the digital hall of shame. Years from now, when someone Googles Angel Reese signature shoe, they won't see sleek product photos or athlete testimonials. They'll see blooper reels and clown edits that have been viewed millions of times. The human cost of this disaster extends beyond just Angel Reese. Shaquille O'Neal, whose name and reputation were supposed to legitimize this entire venture, now finds his business credibility under serious scrutiny. The same Shaq who built a sneaker empire on affordable kicks that actually sold is now linked to what insiders are calling his biggest failure since the movie Chasm. The comparison is everywhere in industry circles. One was a Hollywood flop, the other is a sneaker flop, but at least Chasm eventually became a forgotten footnote. These blooper reels are permanent fixtures in internet culture. The fan response has been equally devastating. Pre-orders are reportedly weak across all major retailers. Sneaker enthusiasts, the same people who camp outside stores for limited releases, are openly mocking the entire campaign on social media. Some have dubbed it the first performance shoe designed for missing, a joke that's spreading faster than any official Reebok marketing could ever hope to achieve. What makes this collapse even more painful is watching what success actually looks like in the same league. Caitlyn Clark is breaking attendance records, while Angel Reese is breaking the wrong kind of records. Sophie Cunningham is winning fans through pure grit and authenticity, while Reese's authenticity is measured in missed layups per game. One group is building something lasting, the other is providing content for comedy compilations. The boardroom at Reebok must feel like a morgue right now. Multi-million-dollar commitments don't just disappear because the investment went bad. They're locked into a partnership with a player whose signature move has become missing point-blank shots. That's not influence. That's quicksand, and they're sinking deeper with every game. Here's the brutal truth that's keeping Reebok executives awake at night. Reputations in the sneaker world are nearly impossible to rebuild once they're destroyed. Ask Adidas about Derrick Rose's injury-plagued endorsement, and what about their street ball empire that collapsed overnight? The market doesn't forgive, and it definitely doesn't forget. As we speak, damage control meetings are probably happening behind closed doors. Marketing budgets are being slashed. Launch dates are being reconsidered. And somewhere in a corner office, an executive is staring at a spreadsheet, wondering how they mistook viral memes for marketable talent. The clock is ticking, and with every missed shot, every viral blooper, every empty arena, Reebok's comeback dreams are turning into their worst nightmare. They wanted to recreate the magic of Allen Iverson's swagger and Shaq's dominance. Instead, they've created a cautionary tale about what happens when you build your empire on sand. So the question isn't whether this deal will be remembered as one of the worst in sports marketing history. It's whether Reebok can survive the fallout before their entire basketball division becomes as irrelevant as Angel Reese's layup percentage. The panic at headquarters isn't just about one failed shoe launch. It's about the realization that they've bet their entire future on the wrong player, and the bill is finally coming due.